didn't make that up.
All right, so now that that's out the way, we are back.
Here we go.
Taking that ass to school. That's enough. We are still taking everybody to school.
Yep.
Skew. Wait, was you good?
Yeah. No, I'm cool. I'm chilling.
All right. You look like you had something.
No, I haven't.
You had something on your head.
I'm just got some sweat beads on my head. I'm sorry. I've been moving
Sweat
around.
beads.
Yeah, been moving around.
So, what are we doing? Oh, we decided to bombard our mother with
it was a joint choice effort.
Yeah, it was a good tag team. Wonder Twin Powers activate.
Wow. Yeah.
So,
great.
Without consulting the moms.
No, we did. Well, the mom.
She's the moms.
Okay.
She can be the moms.
All right.
See? I don't know.
Okay.
Does that sound wrong?
Yeah, a little bit. Sounds pretty wrong to me.
That's how I know you're indoctrinated.
You know how people say moms?
Language doesn't exist.
Moms. I don't know. They just do that.
Anyways, we are doing not another teen movie.
Yeah.
And just, I mean, I don't, what do you say?
Oh, are you asking for my synopsis?
Yeah, I mean, sure. You don't really need to give one.
I know.
Okay, if I'm describing it lightly, it's a movie about a teenager who is kind of doesn't fit in anywhere and she's kind of weird and quirky to other people. And then it's about a dude who, you know what? I don't really know how to
I feel like, I was going to say, you were trying to give it like a legitimate plot. This is a spoof.
Yes, it is a spoof.
It's a spoof movie.
On coming of age
teenager movies,
basically.
And it's, I think
like
the main spoof
American Pie.
is definitely what's that Freddie Prinze Jr. She's All That. That's definitely the main
they had
one.
Stuff from
Never Been Kissed.
Friggin'
not Friday Night Lights. Varsity Blues.
Varsity Blues. Okay. It was
half of these I haven't seen.
You never see
a couple of Molly Ringwald joints.
Yeah, Breakfast Club was in there
Breakfast
for
Club.
sure.
Yeah, you saw nods to all.
Yeah, there was it was
even a little Risky Business.
I think this might have been the first spoof I've seen that wasn't done by Wayans or Mel Brooks. So
Mel Brooks did spoofs?
yeah, it was like his whole shebang bang.
Wait,
like Spaceballs.
I'm thinking of a different guy.
Well, who you think?
Okay.
Robin Hood Man in Tights, Blazing Saddles, Young Frankenstein, which is hilarious.
History of the World, Part 2. There wasn't even a Part 1.
There wasn't a Part 1. Okay. Some good stuff. He's
I
hilarious.
love that movie.
He's hilarious.
Have you seen that?
No, I've never.
It's really funny, but you know who Gregory Hines was,
I
right?
do.
There was this one part, and the character was supposed to be blind, and he like sees him walking past. Well, he's walking past this blind dude, and he says his name was Josephus. He said, "Hey, Josephus." He said, "Hey, motherfucker." Like this is supposed to be BC, like caveman days. It was.
I would have had to watch it.
You had to watch it. Clearly, you got to watch it. I mean, Robin Hood Man in Tights is probably my favorite spoof. That was interesting.
Nice. Yeah, that was a funny movie. I like that one.
It was a very funny movie.
Mel Brooks is.
He's a genius.
So who did this one?
I don't know. I have no idea now that I'm thinking about it. See, because this came out, I want to say definitely after Scary Movie. So let's see, who was the director?
Oh, was it?
Yes.
Was it?
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, no, for sure. Actually, for the first Scary Movie, yes.
Yeah.
Was that in the late 90s that it came out? The Scary
Movie came out, I believe, like
97.
Scary Movie?
No, Scary Movie. Oh, you know what I'm thinking about? Scream.
Yeah, no, Scary Movie. I think came out in like 2000.
Did it?
I think right at 2000 it was out. I mean, it's right here. I can look it up. Hey, who is it? So the writers are Mike Bender. Why does that name sound familiar?
Because Bender from that show.
No, but that name, Adam J. Epstein. Ooh, I hope there's no relation there. Director is Joel Gallon. There it is. Is known for Not Another Teen Movie. A tribute to wow.
What?
He did Zoolander.
Okay.
He did a tribute to Heroes, which was a documentary after 9/11. It's a little weird. But it looks like he does a lot of documentaries of sorts.
Okay.
Because he hasn't done anything major. The Tiger King, I guess, if you count that as anything. Yeah, see, he does a lot of like, because he did the roast of Justin Bieber, the MTV Movie Awards, another roast. This is all this dude. Yeah,
the director.
Ellen DeGeneres special, more award shows.
Okay,
so yeah, this guy isn't really. I don't know. I'm trying to. Who's this Mike Bender? Let's see these writers. What is he known for? Maybe it's not him. Same thing. Dang, he does a lot of this stuff too. See, all these dudes work for MTV. So this is an MTV movie.
Right. Okay. So that makes sense.
Yep. Okay. This dude, Adam. Well, no, he's got much more of an actual thing going on here. He's actually done some stuff.
Who?
The other writer, Adam J. Epstein. As a writer credits, he's got Tales of Ruin. I guess that's a show. The Unsettling, Super Dinosaurs, Stretch Armstrong, Extreme Movie, The Comebacks, which was also a spoof of some sort, Not Another Teen Movie, and then a bunch of awards show shit. These dudes be writing the award shows.
Okay.
Well, that makes sense.
It's MTV. All MTV. Yeah, they clearly work for MTV here. So
this was an MTV.
This was an MTV thing.
Okay.
So who wants to start this off? Because I really don't.
Okay, well,
I really can't.
Okay, we'll be very, very light with these parts.
Oh gosh, yeah.
So the beginning is you see the camera pan, a messy room, and it leads up to this girl, and
she's watching. She's All That, by the way.
Yeah. So
the irony of it all.
And she's doing.
She saw Freddie Prinze Jr. come on the screen, and she got whatever hot and bothered, I guess.
I never understood I guess it wouldn't be for me to understand the Freddie Prinze Jr. thing. He's not a very good actor.
No. Yeah, he was just popular.
He's a writer now. He does a lot of different stuff.
Though.
Is he though?
I think he is.
I think he's weird looking.
I think he's kind of handsome.
I mean, for that type of guy.
I think he's weird looking.
Okay.
I think you're weird looking.
It can't be your answer to everything, Jonna.
The truth, though.
Continue.
Okay, well, so anyway, she's doing
self-care.
Yeah, let's put it that way. Self-care. And you see her dad walk in.
Oh,
he wishes her a happy birthday. Then you see little brother walk in.
Well, okay, because it's not going to really make any sense. You have to say she was self-caring with a helper.
Okay, yeah.
Yes, and a battery-powered
powered helper.
Yes, and then her whole family and the dog bombards her.
Her family, her priest or something like that. He comes in out of nowhere. The kids from the neighborhood, and it's her birthday, so everyone came to surprise her for her birthday.
In her bedroom,
walks in.
They just barge into this bedroom. This is.
But it's her birthday. Why didn't she think that people might barge in?
But not even that. She's a teenager. You are on dangerous ground in general. Like, that's for anybody. Now, imagine if this was your teenage son.
No.
You have to knock
first.
You have to knock. You are putting yourself at risk.
Yeah.
And I was going to say, just for your own self.
Nobody needs that. Nobody needs that.
I don't want to catch anything going on that I'm going to be tripping off of.
And then you're going to be like, I wish I didn't see that.
Yeah, no, pretty much, yeah. They're like, oh, well, this is interesting. I gotta
check and unsee that. Yeah.
And then her tool, gone now. It's out. And it's
out, and it falls on the cake.
Right in the cake. It's just flipping around, all grossy.
Gross.
Yeah, so that was the starting scene.
Yeah.
That is how you start this movie. That is interesting.
So it just lets you know what this movie
This is what we're in for.
Is what this is.
Yeah. They didn't pull any punches. They went straight for it. So.
All right. Yeah. So after this, we head into like the high school tour guide or whatever.
Oh yeah, it's played by the dude who plays Ted Mosby in How I Met Your Mother.
His name's like Josh something.
It's something.
In the movie?
In real life.
Josh something.
I don't know. I don't think they ever say his name in this, but I'm sure he's got a name. I'm sure he's credited as somebody, and we're supposed to know, but I don't know.
the guy.
But he's the
being-
guy from How I Met Your Mother.
He is. That's the only thing I know him from.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen him in anything else. But
I'm sure he's been in stuff. He's probably got some indie movies under his belt or something. Who knows?
That
That was weird. I didn't like
That
that.
it was like stereo.
I didn't like that
like
at all.
we said it like right at the same time. It sounded like
A little
my
creepy.
my voice was amplified.
It was a little creepy.
You just been waiting to do that.
I like the buttons.
Just a,
Pretty good noise.
That's your pre for next month.
Save
Yes.
that for Halloween. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's going down.
Okay, moving forward, he's the tour guide or whatever, and he's like really sexist and chauvinistic.
Well, he's a
dude.
spoof.
He's a typical dude from high
Well,
school.
basically, what he does is he immediately splits
Stereotypes
everybody up. He
everybody.
was like, "We need our jocks over here. We need our slutty girls over here," and they're all like, "Slutty girls." Like, come on, man. We know what kind of movie this is. Like, yeah, you know where you fall in. And then we have the nerds.
Yeah.
And it's pretty much it. And
And
once again,
he said, and look around. These will be your only friends through your 4 years here.
It's got that typical high school movie feel
Yeah.
where it's like,
Yeah, definitely.
by design, of course.
yeah, everything's all extra segregated.
See, it's funny
in a
though
way.
because it's like this is a spoof. If you didn't tell me that it wasn't supposed to be, I would have thought American Pie was a spoof
right.
because it 100% feels like it's a spoof of itself. Like all movies are
Well, I think
exaggerations
but
to
I
a
think it
degree,
is.
but
I think
man,
I think it is a spoof of itself.
I think it
It's-
was.
I think it,
but I don't think it is anymore. There's
no,
like
I
5
think-
of those movies.
Well, no,
Is
I'm
there?
saying in the beginning,
Yeah.
it was definitely making fun of it, but it had a whole actual story.
I honestly think what they tried to do was make a comedic coming of age story. I don't think they intended to spoof it, but I think it was supposed to be like a coming of age, but also it's supposed to be a comedy. And I don't know what they
That's
thought.
like, you know what
I
else
didn't-
was like that in a way? Have you ever seen The Inkwell?
No. That sounds like
with-
a boring movie already,
No,
just
it
by the
doesn't,
title.
no. It's got Mike Epps,
Uh-huh.
Lorenz Tate is in it. It's a bunch of folks.
Mike Epps or Omar Epps,
Mike Epps.
the comedian.
We know who
comedian.
Mike Epps
Oh,
is.
that
Yes.
such. Well, no, I know, but you're saying that movie.
No, it
the
was
way
a co-
you're
it's a-
describing this movie.
It's a comedy.
It
but
sounds
it's
like
a-
Omar Epps should be in it.
No,
but
no,
I don't know.
No,
Well,
it's,
it doesn't
it's
sound funny.
actually it's a kind of a romantic comedy.
This sounds
for a
awful.
teenager. It's not. Oh my god.
Sounds so boring. Inkwell.
Again,
Don't
I
got
guess
time
we
for
had
this.
to see it.
Yeah, we didn't though. Sorry.
Anyway, I
Anyway.
was just saying that's a coming of age story with comedy, and it got had little spoofy moments.
Okay.
Nice. Where were we?
Anyway.
Oh, so he does that. He's giving his tour, which we never see the rest of it. And then we get Janie and her brother are being driven to school by their drunken dad, who's just plowing through everything. They're showing. Did he hit the cheerleader at
the
one point?
cheerleaders- No,
Oh,
the
yeah.
cheerleaders are doing it. She does her flip, and then what does she hit before how she ends up there?
No, she just lands there, and they hit her.
Yeah.
And then she flips over
Oh,
the truck,
yeah.
and then she lands in the back of it.
It was ridiculous.
Just kept driving.
Yeah, pretty much. It is what it is.
I like how they pointed out so much that he's the drunk dad.
Yeah, he's
Oh.
like, oh yeah, so I
Played
probably
by,
won't pick you up on time. And she's like, oh, what, do you have a job interview?
He's like, no, I'm just
And
gonna be
he's
drunk.
like, no, I'm just gonna be too shit faced to pick you up.
She's like, oh, you're drinking and driving is bad. He's like, no, I'm going to be driving.
I'm
I'm just not going to remember to pick you up.
And she's just like, okay.
Because, I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
we don't know.
But yeah, so then we introduce Jake Wilder, played by young Chris Evans.
Oh,
I
yeah.
actually love him though.
I like him because it's hard to tell if his acting is bad or if that's by if it's intentional. But either way, it works.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
it's intentional.
I do think.
At
I
least
think he was. I think
his
he was
intention.
supposed to be
Like overdoing
Yes,
it.
yes.
Yeah, it does because it feels that way. But I like it. I think it works.
How he walks up, the first thing you see him walk up to a picture of him on the wall, and,
And then
he
he's
smiles
walking
at
up.
it, and turns around.
And the next picture is a picture of him looking at
Looking at
that
us.
picture. It's so stupid. That is so
Yeah.
stupid.
that was
Oh,
over
my
the
God.
top.
Jesus. But that's the thing, because he's supposed to be like big man on campus, but we
Right.
also find out later that he's not really big man on campus.
Right.
Is-
Yeah, he's not the guy. He's not the great jock.
He was, but he's not.
He's a jock, and then that's what makes him one of the big men.
But in order to be big man on campus, you have to be the jock, like number one jock, super jock.
Maybe he's jock and he's hot, and that's what makes him
the
big man that he is.
You know, this is a movie. He's got to be the jock. He's got to be the guy.
But there's several jocks.
See, if you ever saw Varsity Blues, you would know that Paul Walker was the guy because he was super jock.
And he's hot.
Or was he? No, it was the other guy. Vanderbeek. Vanderbeek was the guy, and Paul Walker was his friend who was like second in line to be the guy.
Yeah, it's always the cute guy.
It was because he was a super jock.
Yeah.
And it was in Texas in football. And, you know, this shit is like Jesus out there.
Yeah, for real.
You're good at high school football? My God, write your ticket to anywhere.
To anywhere.
To anywhere. You want to go to a restaurant? Here's your free food because we love high school football. We have nothing else to live for out in Texas. Sorry to my Texans.
Yeah.
I only know one of you.
All right. So
we have plenty
moving forward, now we introduce the best friend of Jamie.
Well, we're also introducing this is like overall we're introducing archetypes, archetypes of everything.
Right. Yes.
Yeah.
And he's that
best friend that's in love with.
And he never fails to mention it. And it's hard to tell if she's not listening or she just brushes it off because the movie never makes it clear if she ever hears
super
him.
Oblivious.
But that's what I'm saying. Because the movie never makes it clear because there'll be times where she's looking at him dead in his eyeballs and she just be like, oh, okay. I so I don't.
That's why I think it's just being oblivious.
I think and that's it's driving the point home that in a lot of these movies.
But she should do the oh, did you say something move?
No,
but she never does that.
But because then it wouldn't be
somebody
spoofy,
could
it'd
be
just be
clearly
that
hitting on you.
Yeah,
and but you don't get it because it goes over your head.
No, but I'm saying for the
spoof, that's what I'm saying. You guys are saying two different things, and I don't know what the direction was.
Okay, listen to what I'm saying. It's like the dad. It's like the things he said that were obvious about what he was going to do when he said, I'm not going to pick you up because I'm going to be too drunk or whatever. Now she hears what him, but she's not really, she just said, oh, so you have this? It's meant to be over her head. It's happening. This is for us. This to be
so she's
ridiculously
just stupid.
Obvious.
Probably.
Okay. I'll accept that because it was just, there's moments of this where it's just like, irritating that she's not.
And let's just say these movie people who put this movie together, you see their experience is not great.
Well,
so
they
might not have had that
something that wasn't an MTV movie award.
Because when you compare, when you compare, we always utilize Scary Movie for instance. They don't always come out and just kind of tell you that it's spoofing a thing, but at the same time you can still get the gist of the spoof.
Yeah.
It's like I can't remember which one it was, but it was with Jada. Was it Jada and Omar Epps?
That Scream too.
When they went to the movies. And they're in the movies and they're doing the thing, and we know it because we know Black people talk in movies. And it's what's her name? Regina.
That Scary Movie.
Yes, that's scary. Yes. She's up there just talking and going crazy because that is what we do.
But that's what I'll say, okay? Yeah. So for the most part, a good spoof doesn't have to over-explain itself.
Exactly.
Right? Like in Scary Movie, you knew you were watching a spoof.
Right.
They didn't have to say what the joke was. You just already knew what the joke was. They didn't have to be like, oh, this is how this person is supposed to act. This is how this movie, to its fault, over-explains.
It did.
Everything.
And it wasn't necessary because it's all so common.
Yeah, we've seen this 100 times. Yeah.
So it's kind of weird.
They do.
In this kind of movie that they did that.
Yeah, because
they over exaggerate.
They way.
No, they over. They
over explained.
Like, in case you didn't get the joke, here it is.
Yeah.
Like they tell you,
like spell it out.
Okay, so like even this part where they're going through all the character archetypes. And the one joke where they don't over-explain is when that white kid is pretending to be Asian, and then those
the little brother's friend,
and then the other white kids who are pretending to be black are
Right.
commenting on it.
Right.
They didn't say anything. They just made the joke. Like,
Right.
this kid's pretending to be Asian. Can you believe that? What the fuck? Like, the joke is,
Yeah.
you're doing it too.
Right.
Yeah.
They didn't have
didn't
to say
explain it.
like we're the wiggers in this school. Like they didn't have to do that. You know what I
Right.
mean? They were just that's the joke.
But that's how they
then
were doing
immediate-
a whole bunch of other stuff. They were just really like the best friend, and literally.
Oh, because he says it. He says it. Oh, I'm just the best friend who's been in love with you. Blah blah blah. Like he literally spells out his whole spiel, and you're like,
Yeah.
we know.
But that's the point. It's saying like this is the guy that always puts it in your face how
I
in
know.
love he is, but she doesn't.
What I'm saying is,
doesn't read the signs.
he doesn't have to do that.
But
the joke will tell
and
itself.
if they just did it in that one,
I think it's fine.
No,
I like that they
But if
did
they
that.
just
Nah,
did
they
it
did
in
it a
that
lot.
one instance, they
That'd
did
be
it with
one
that.
thing.
They did it with the dad, and it was some other stuff. They just
Well, they did it
literally
with the
were saying
token black guy. The
Yeah.
sister does it. Even the ex-girlfriend
I
does
know
it.
what- yeah.
Everybody explains
True.
what they're spoofing. Literally, like what they're
Yes.
spoofing. And it's like, I get it, but you have to trust your audience enough to know the joke.
Right.
We've seen the movies you're spoofing, so we get exactly what this is.
Because otherwise, who are you? So who are you explaining it to? People
Yeah.
who haven't seen the movie?
Then they don't
The
need to be
movies,
here.
then They're not. It's not their movie.
not for them.
Because if you're spoofing something, you got to be familiar with what it
Exactly.
is that they're spoofing. Otherwise, you're not going to get
but
it anyway.
I think that was the point.
I do.
just point
I
it
think it
out.
was a bad point.
But right,
And that's what
I
I'm saying. I
agree.
think it was
I personally didn't hate it.
I did.
Well, John, I will just say things do go over your head quite a bit.
No, I'm saying like I enjoy. They wouldn't go over my head, but I'm saying
I'm just
like,
saying.
I enjoy that kind of straightforward stuff. I have well-rounded comedy taste. Okay,
I mean, that's two different things that you're talking about. Having well-rounded comedy taste doesn't mean that you enjoy everything.
no, it
means
doesn't
that-
mean I enjoy everything, but I enjoy things that.
Well, then that argument doesn't pertain to this because we enjoy a lot of different things. I just didn't think this was good,
Yeah,
and you did.
opinion.
So it doesn't have anything to do with your well-rounded comedy taste because you said it like we don't.
It sounds like you don't.
No, it sounds
Because
like
you're
you don't.
Because you're saying it's straightforward. It's like comedy
No.
can be that too.
I know that, but I'm saying I think in this
But not
because
in
it's
spoofs.
that's what I'm saying. The only thing is because it's a spoof. If it was just a comedy, then I wouldn't have a problem with the jokes. But because it's a spoof, you shouldn't have to explain what you're spoofing and how deep you're
And
spoofing.
it's really
it.
I don't think
Usually-
they had to. I think
No,
they
I
wanted
don't.
to.
No, I agree
but
with
it's
you. I'm just
usually
saying I don't
more
think it was a
fun
good
when
move.
when you in as a viewer, and when you realize something like, oh yeah, they're doing it because of that, or that, you know what I mean. But to literally have it be described for you, it's like,
Well, because it's like even like when this dude, because like I do like this joke where the dude's like I'm the token black guy.
Right.
I'm just here
It's
to say
funny,
shit like
yes.
damn shit and whack.
That's whack.
But it's like the only problem with that is he does it more than once.
right,
Yeah,
And it's like-
in that instant, yeah.
That's what I mean because we
repeating
even say
too
like you
often-
do it, you don't have to keep doing, but they do it throughout the entire movie,
Yeah.
and it becomes like repetitive that they're explaining everything, and it's like we know, like her brothers are like, oh, we're the young kids who are trying to get laid and stuff like that, but they keep saying
They
it
do.
every chance they get, and it's
Yeah.
like we got your arc, we know what you're doing.
yeah.
Just tell the jokes.
Yeah,
get it.
because truthfully, if you hadn't if you had no interest or had not seen these movies, you really probably wouldn't even be interested in the spoof. It's like you can spoof certain things for me, I think they've done it with those like 300 type stuff. Or
They did. That movie
yeah,
sucked.
but I don't like that kind of stuff, so it didn't really. It's not the kind of thing that would appeal to me on an overall
So
basis.
you wouldn't need to
So I-
over-explain what's going on.
But I wouldn't be interested in a spoof about it because I'm not interested in those kind of things. You know what I mean? Or I don't watch.
No,
those
I
kind
get
of
it. It was just like because
movies.
if you've never watched a horror movie and you try to watch a scary movie, you're like,
Yeah,
well,
it's
I don't
like-
understand the joke.
Yeah.
Well, that's your problem.
Yeah.
No, because I remember seeing scary movies before I seen the Scream movies, and I thought they were
But
hilarious.
have you ever seen any horror movie?
Yeah.
That's it. You don't. It
But
doesn't
you
have to be
That's
Scream.
the point. You've seen.
That's what I mean. It doesn't have to
Before
be
seeing
Scream.
Scary movie. You've seen some scary movies. So
It doesn't
you
have to be Scream. That's just specific.
what
but
do you call
in
it?
general.
A foundation for where they're coming from. with a
Because
lot
it could
of
be
stuff.
anything. It doesn't
Yeah.
like with the spoof. It doesn't matter the specifics. Like even with Robin Hood Men in Tights, there's been like
Yes.
80 Robin Hood movies.
Yes.
You get the jokes that they're
Yeah.
making about these Robin Hood movies as a whole.
Exactly.
Spaceballs was clearly a Star Wars spoof.
Yes.
If you've seen it, you get it. If you don't,
Yeah, if you
you're
weren't into
missing
that
out.
kind of stuff, you never watched them or never any sci-fi, then it might not. Or the characters, for instance.
Well, because we're bombarded with a bunch of characters here, like his friend / enemy. What's his name?
Oh,
the frenemy guy.
Yeah, I forgot. I didn't even write it
Austin.
down. Austin, yeah, it's Austin. He's an asshole.
wow! I don't even got notes. Boom.
Oh my gosh.
I'm gonna hit this cricket. But yeah, okay, because he's introduced as the clear rival who kind of hates Jake but tolerates him because they're
frenemy.
friends. I guess I don't know.
They're on the
Well, they're on the football team. Yeah, everybody there is on the football team. Everybody hangs out together because that's just how that works. And we were introduced to the sister who doesn't even go to this school.
They said she graduated 4 years ago.
And she's high, and that is true because usually in movies where it's like where your main character has a sister, she's always hypersexual.
Yep.
Like hypersexual, and this was like to the umph degree because she not only is she hypersexual.
I mean, they did it everywhere. That's why, like, even on Married with Children, Christina Applegate's character,
hypersexual.
Yeah, that's a thing. But we know it when you see it, you recognize it, and it's like,
and she's
that's
like, to the umph degree because she's hypersexual for him.
And then they take it like that extra.
She has one of my favorite lines in this movie, though. We'll get to it when we get to it, but it's pretty bad. It's really bad, but it's pretty hilarious.
So now we introduce Priscilla, which is his ex-girlfriend.
Yes.
She was walking up and he's talking about it like, why?
Well, she wasn't his ex yet, and that's the worst part of that whole scene.
Yeah, you did say it wasn't.
No, they were still together, and then she was like, "Oh, I'm breaking up with you because of this guy."
Oh, yeah.
This fucking weirdo.
So, like, he didn't see her for like all summer or something.
Good question.
Because then all of a sudden it's like, oh.
Also, is this kid new to school too? What the fuck?
Oh, that weird
the dude
kid.
that she ends up being, what's his name? Les.
Oh yeah,
yeah, Les, and he just films everything. And then there's a plastic bag just floating around. That part I don't know what that's from.
What was that?
That might be a movie I didn't see. I don't know that one.
Just adding random stuff.
Because the weird kid is one thing. There's always a weird kid, but the plastic bag.
I think they're just exaggerating the
weirdness of it. Yeah,
and, that's what I like about this movie. It's just a super exaggeration of of every single character that you can get in this. And so now it cuts to Janie, and she's angry painting.
So she's doing a lot of different. She's angry painting. She's sad painting. She's happy painting. She's like jazzercising painting. Like she's doing. And she went through every emotion to paint this picture.
You know what movie that's from? I don't. That's what
it could be from anything. That's the thing.
Because I know I seen it on Linkin Park.
Well, I think this might be directly from She's All That, because that was the thing. She was supposed to be like the nerd or whatever the case may be, and then she's all that in her, and then she was all that.
I don't remember much of that movie in particular, but I remember I did actually like it.
That was the plot. It was like it was the same
movie.
thing where he was like, "Oh, I bet you couldn't take this girl." He was like, "I could make any girl prom queen." He was like, "Oh yeah, well what about her?" And he's like, "Oh my god, no, she's a train wreck." And I was like, "Oh, she lets her hair."
You skipped the naked
we're
girl
just saying.
part.
Oh, I mean, it's coming. It's right here.
She gets called into the principal's office, right? To give this naked girl the tour.
And this is directly, I believe, probably a spoof of American Pie, because their character was Nadia, who was like the foreign girl that everyone lusted after and stuff like that. She wasn't naked, but she might as well have been, kind of deal.
Right.
But this is clearly the next step of that. And she introduces herself as that character. Oh, I'm just the foreign girl that so the American boys can lust after because they can't get American girls type of deal.
Yeah.
It was like, okay. She never brings it up again, which is good.
Mm.
Yes.
She's just naked.
She's just naked.
The whole movie.
She's just naked. And the principal either doesn't know or he doesn't care.
He's just he's like
probably just like those are your customs, I guess, huh?
I think. Well, you know what I think it is. I think it's a thing where he's supposed to be like oblivious. Like in his eyes, she's probably wearing clothes, or she's just a student and he's not tripping.
All the kids are weird. So
all the kids are weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
he doesn't really have a character in this, so he doesn't say anything.
Then it was saying something about somebody being undercover in the
an undercover reporter at the school,
and then you see this old lady. She's all trying to dress all young. And
she had that outfit like Drew Barrymore had on in Never Been Kissed.
I thought it was Drew Barrymore.
Whatever.
Okay, moving on.
Because she's ugly.
She is not.
She's not ugly. She's just not hot. She's not ugly.
All right. Whatever you say, lady.
So this is where you get the bet to turn an ugly girl into prom queen. And that's between Jake and his homies.
Okay, I just want to do this because I don't want to talk about this story at all. The brother. He's trying to hook up with this girl, her little brother.
Oh, yeah.
His whole arc is he likes this girl.
Right.
They're all trying to get laid, whatever. But he likes this girl. Blah, blah, blah. Right. It's really stupid, and we'll conclude it at the end.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, I don't want to cut to his stories because they're
stupid.
They're not
don't
really,
matter.
Yeah, they don't.
And I think.
No, they're just that stupid thing that usually goes on in those movies, and it's always some goofy character like a little
that's
brother
like that movie. Yeah. That movie would have been its own movie.
Yeah,
it wouldn't have been the little brother character, but it would have been like him trying to get that girl would have been a whole movie. Yeah, that's what I mean. But they took the side character and gave him a main character's plot. Like it doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah,
like because that doesn't spoof it. It spoofs them that they're like lady hungry because they're freshmen, they're young, and they're you know what I mean. But he's not.
Right.
This whole movie is a spoof on the whole.
But that's what I mean. That doesn't spoof that well because he shouldn't have that arc because he's a side character. Like he's literally nobody in the grand scheme of whoever's movie this would be.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Like if this was like Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter's Dead, the brothers aren't main characters. They have side plots.
Right.
And usually they're not detrimental.
Right.
I've seen movies where little brothers, I can't think of any right now.
Yeah, of course.
But either way, it works because it's just putting every single type of high schooler in those movies.
Well, this is why they didn't get a sequel because they blew their load on one because they could have used that for a second, not another teen movie. 2.
Would we have needed it?
Not another teen movie. Oh, that's so much better. I should have wrote that shit.
Now we get. So we already talked about the bet, right?
Yeah.
They finally.
They're right here. They're making the bet right now.
Oh, okay, they're making the bet, and they're looking at different girls and stuff like that. They got the.
There's a hunchback. There's literal Siamese twins, are conjoined. I guess is the term.
Yes.
The albino girl.
What would you say?
She was like anybody who plays guitar is hot, even if she's an albino. Which I disagree, but
honestly, no, I think it's true.
No, I've seen some.
Anybody who plays guitar.
I've seen some uggos in guitar.
But that's what makes them hot. That's what makes them hot. Yes.
No, I don't know. I can't agree. I'm not disagreeing with that you feel that way, but I can't agree.
You wouldn't get it.
I clearly.
Yeah, nah.
You
maybe hot to someone.
No, you wouldn't.
But not in the overall general sense.
You wouldn't get it.
Now she plays drums.
Yeah.
No, you wouldn't get it.
No, I know what you mean. That's what, like I said when I was talking about Cheerleader.
How's the air up there from your little high horse? Huh? What's that looking like?
You wouldn't get it.
This girl, she just sits on her little high horse judging people all day.
I'm judging you both right now.
I'm judging you.
All right, let's cut forward. Let's cut forward.
Cut forward.
Yeah, you can cut forward. We can cut forward. So, anyways, but that's when there's the little cut to the brother and friends in the locker room, an event, and they're spying on a girl. Boop, boop, boop.
Oh,
and
it's a literal.
So that's happening. Meanwhile, in the classroom, you got
Ricky.
Her
Ricky
best friend
shares
Ricky.
his poem.
Yeah, he makes a whole poem
and it is
for Janie,
creepy.
It's very creepy. He's talking about how he gets locks of her hair and smells them, and
no, he gets strands and he makes them into little balls.
Oh yeah, make them into little hair balls.
It is gross.
And eats them.
But this is what I mean. In this scene, she looks directly at this motherfucker. And I'm like, so is she hearing everything he's saying? Like, I think you might be right. Like, the joke is that she's just stupid.
Right. And oblivious.
Or, it's the
joke
exaggerated situation.
No, it is. It's exaggerated, and she's oblivious to him. It's like in the real movies,
real life,
it would be like
guys are
he wouldn't be quite as obvious, but it would still be obvious to everyone else except her. So now that's what I'm saying, because make it so
it's weird.
Obvious.
That's what I'm saying, because even like her facial expressions made it seem like she was like hearing them, but then it was like, oh, no, I guess not.
You never heard stories about dudes that make huge grand gestures, take these girls out on expensive trips, and then they'll put a post on Facebook. Oh, I have the best friend ever. He took me here and spent $1,000.
I'm just gonna say this, dudes, you got to stop doing that shit.
But like, I think that's the point they're trying to make. A guy will dote on this girl.
You got to make it clear. You got to make it clear her intentions first before you start doing some shit. Before you start spending kind of money like that. There ain't nothing wrong with having friends, but
that's the point. It's exaggerated in real life, because this happens to people in real life. You got a girl who's just like, oh, he's so sweet. Stupid. He does everything for me, and he wants to be a great friend. That's it.
That's his intention.
That's literally friend.
So yeah, he does this poem, and then there's a literal like shitstorm in the classroom, and it's pretty gross.
Pretty gross.
Which is connected
I couldn't
to
even look.
It was gross. It was gross.
The little brothers dropped from the vent when they're watching this girl poop in the bathroom.
Because at first, here's the thing. Okay, we can talk about this a little bit because it's stupid. They go to the vents because they hear through the walls the girls' locker room, which has never happened to me in any locker room I've ever been in. So I don't. They're not those walls aren't that thin, and those vents aren't that connected. But they hear that she's gonna help her take her panties off, and she's like, "Well, I have all this lotion on my hands." She was like, "You can use your mouth." So of course they're like, "Fuck, we got to get in there and see what's going on." That's mistake number 1. 3. There's 3 people in one vent. There should not be 3 people in one vent. That is Bruce Willis. Walked through Die Hard in one vent by himself, and even that was probably hard.
Right,
but you don't need 3 people in one. Also, how wide are those vents?
Yeah, those are super
God damn.
They always make them look really huge in movies, but I imagine they're not.
Except in Die Hard, man, he made me claustrophobic as fuck because he was in there like.
But
that's more funny, like what it really is.
And anything funny, they make them look all
big.
They
look too big. Like they always have time to crawl on their knees and hands. I'm like, what are you?
All of them.
There's a lot of
like a triangle.
But then because they always have that giant fan at the end of it. So they're going.
I think that's what really the things.
What Vince look like? Oh god, they look too tiny for me. I can do it. And then they find they miss the action and they're really upset about it. But they're like, let's just keep going. I was like, no, you go back. Yeah, just go back. It's over. Ooh, excuse me. Then they go to the bathroom and they see this girl sit down, and the little brother is all into it, and the other 2 are like, nah, I don't know, man. That's kind of gross. I don't really know if I want to see someone peeing. And then she starts peeing. They're like, well, wait a minute, maybe we are into this. And then she starts pooping, and then they're like, okay, we're not into this anymore. And that's when they fall through, and there's a literal shitstorm.
Yeah, they fall through. She falls through the floor, and they fall into that classroom, and literally,
poop toilet just throws up all over everywhere.
That's gross.
Ugh. I don't even know because I didn't look. Once I saw
it was gross.
That fall, I was like, I can't.
It was gross. That's all you need to know. It was gross. Ugh. So, all right, where are we at now?
So now Jake talks to Janie,
and he's an asshole about it.
Yeah, he is.
And it's actually pretty, I think this is funny.
Wasn't he? Oh no, he didn't talk to his sister yet about that.
But, no, he talks to Janie. Yeah, and she was like, you haven't talked to me in 4 years. He's like, actually 6 years. He's like, that time you're talking about? Well, I was waving to somebody else at the movies behind you, and I was like, yo. What a dick. What did he say to her? Hey, how would you like to be popular or some shit like that?
Yeah. Oh, did he?
You ever wonder what it'd be like to be? Oh yeah, he was like, you ever wonder what it'd be like to be if your life if you were like super popular? And she was like, well, no.
And he's like, yeah. Then he goes on like he didn't hear her say she wasn't interested.
Didn't hear her.
Yeah.
Like no, you do.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
And now we got that was kind of short, just a short talk, and then they stopped talking. Now you got the cheer tryouts,
which is the Bring It On spoof.
Yeah. Right. Yep. For sure.
Need I know? I think the little brother in this is the little brother from Bring It On.
Whose little brother?
Her little brother.
Kirsten's?
Yeah.
Kirsten Dunst's? That's her name, right?
No, was it? Yeah.
Kirsten Dunst.
That's Kirsten
Oh,
Dunst.
yeah.
Let me see.
Kirsten.
It'll be the same kid. I already know it. Let me see.
You already know it.
She was the lamest.
I don't know because...
Yep, that is him.
It is?
Yeah.
That's funny.
Wow.
That's funny.
Yeah.
All right. I'm glad you remember because I didn't even remember she had a brother in that movie.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, I knew it
now.
looked like him. Yeah, it says he's in both.
I didn't remember she had a brother in that movie.
So yeah, that was him. But the cheer tryouts or whatever, you got these girls. They line up just like in Bring It On and stuff like that, and they're like cheerocracy.
She said it's not a cheerocracy. It's a cheer-tater, and I will choose whoever I cheer want.
That's exactly how they talk to the
That's
movie.
so funny.
Yeah, that was good. I like that.
And
then they got that girl.
It's weird too because for a while, like cheer stuff, like saying that became part of like the lexicon. It was weird. I didn't like it.
I wonder if they did that in real life.
No, I'm telling you, that's what
Really?
happened. Yeah, like obviously it wasn't like official, but you would hear people in cheerleading say stupid shit like that
after the movie.
Like it became part of it became part of the lexicon.
Wow.
It was weird. Like I said, it was a weird time.
Yeah.
It stopped pretty early though.
The most
They're like, all right, this is getting annoying.
Yeah, it got really annoying really fast.
The most significant part here is that the girl that tried out and she had Tourette's, and so she looked all like extra,
Like she's out of Pleasantville.
Yeah, for real.
What?
Continue. Continue.
Anyway, and then she's all nice. Give me an age. Give me, and then all of a sudden she goes into a whole nasty tirade, and they're like,
You don't want to attempt to recreate that.
No.
She's like something like, "Give me a shit."
Tourette's was funny in the early 2000s.
This is terrible.
It was.
Tourette's is not funny. Though.
It's not.
It's
serious.
never been,
No,
but it was funny in the early 2000s.
But good for you if you got a sense of humor and you got it.
Yeah, but it is
Good for you.
Yes, it's not.
There was like before like YouTube got big. This dude I went to college would show me this series called Tourette's Guy.
What?
Wow, it was a real person.
No, I think it was an actor fucking around. But he would go to places. He would be like in a grocery store, and this was after the Peter Pan recall. And he goes up in there. He goes to the back, and he just goes, "Where did you fucks hide all the Peter Pan peanut butter?" And I don't know why it was funny to me, but it's fucking hilarious to see this dude.
Guess we have to watch.
You got to. I'm gonna show you. Watch. I'm gonna show you. It's funny. It's a lot of them aren't, but that one right there, I'd be dying. But Tourette's was funny in the early 2000s. Like they were trying to put Tourette's to like characters like that in every comedy.
Yeah,
But
like
you know what's
what was
good?
it? Oh, Deuce Bigelow.
Yep, that was.
You know what's good about it? It raised awareness.
Do you think
There
it
you
did?
go.
Because I feel like they only showed those kind of Tourette's. There's the spectrum of what Tourette's is so broad that people probably thought that Tourette's means you just scream out curse words all the time.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Which is not necessarily it.
Right, no, exactly.
No, we're all very aware now, and even on TikTok,
Are we?
these kids think they get Tourette's and watch these videos with kids with Tourette's demonstrating how they live their life, and it's a thing.
Are they real? Do they have Tourette's? Or do they? You said think.
No, it's saying like these kids are starting to think they get tics and stuff like that.
What?
Yeah, no, it was a big thing.
Kids are stupid.
I don't understand these people nowadays. I tell you.
True story. But anyway, now we go to the football meet. And is it called a football meet? What the hell is it? What the hell is it called? I put football meet right here. I put football meet because I didn't know what the heck it was called. I was like, football.
Just stop.
Rehearsals?
Did you really? Let me see that note.
I put football
Let me see that
meet.
note. Oh my God, you legitimately.
What is it called?
A game.
Oh, it wasn't a game. It was
Then it was practice.
practice. There we go.
But either way, meat is not involved. Oh my God.
Meet, MEET.
That still doesn't work. It's
Not for football.
Just,
You meet to
no,
practice for football.
no,
You know, whatever.
no. I don't. No,
Football meet.
no. I just. Oh shit. Tell me you were telling a joke so I can hit this rim shot
I
button.
don't play football. Okay.
I don't either.
There you go. Because that was a pretty good joke.
I'm mad. I'm mad. I knew you guys were going to laugh, too. I was trying to think of a different word, but
I don't know why you didn't ask me yesterday. I was right there.
Because I felt like an idiot.
So you'd rather just say it here right on the mic?
Okay, so look, here's basically what happens is they're having a practice. This practice looks trash because they all look slow, but that's just how movies work. They don't want anybody to actually hurt anybody.
And you got Jake sitting on the bench.
He's on the bench. He says fourth string at one point. I said, God damn.
What does that mean?
Okay, so
I was like,
So here's the thing. Football has the most players out of any sport.
Okay. Do you
Right? No, I'm just telling you, right? So your first string are your starters, the people who are on the field first. Second string come after them. Third string comes after them. Usually that's it. You don't have a fourth string. So he is a fourth string quarterback. Usually only have two others.
It's not getting through.
It's cool. I did it. I did my best.
Yeah, first string. Okay. So, and this time that Jake's sitting on the bench, he's having a flashback.
The coach, by the way, loves the word God damn it.
Yeah.
Honestly, the way they portrayed that, I was just like, that is what all coaches sound like to me.
That is a Texas coach. I'm trying to think who's the coach in Varsity Blues. I want to say, what's that dude's name? John Voight, maybe, or the other guy who looks like John Voight.
The other guy that looks like. Ooh.
I don't know, but he looks like John Voight to me too.
What you trying to say?
Old white guys look alike, but no, because in that movie he does say he cusses a lot at the kids, and it just sounds. So I get the spoof is him overdoing it, where he's just like, God damn it, God damn this, and God damn that, and get your goddamn.
Every time I watch football and then you see them mouthing stuff, it just looks like that's all they're saying. They get mad, chew their gum a little bit, put their hands on their hips.
That's fair.
That's what they all look like.
Some of them dudes are quick on the censors, though, in basketball especially, because you'll hear somebody like about to say something, and the dude's like, I don't know.
Yeah, they are.
I don't know.
Pretty good.
I'm like, I don't know what he was gonna say.
Like literally paid to look down people's mouth. Like
pretty
what
much.
the heck?
Or you just got to be able to sense the moment. You're like, oh, he gonna say something crazy.
He's getting heated,
and then you run it back, and you're like, oh, he didn't say anything at all. Well, better safe than sorry.
Just blanked out randomly.
Yeah, it's weird. It is weird. It is weird.
Wow.
So now, so this flashback is where he got.
I love this.
It's ridiculous.
I love this so much.
Top. He's having a flashback of when he was playing the game, and he was what was his position?
He's quarterback.
Okay.
I can't with you.
He's a quarterback.
Do you want me to tell this story?
Yes.
Yeah.
You should.
So he's the quarterback. You know, he's the one that throws the passes.
Okay.
And the coach is like, hey, we're up. It's what was the score? 42-0.
Now we know. I already know.
No, I said no. I know.
Oh, I thought you said you looked at me like, now we know.
Well, yeah, he says they're already up. It's 42-0. That's the score. And he's like, just run the clock out. I think there's only like 10 seconds left. All he would have to do is take a knee or run a play out of bounds, or not even out of bounds, just keep it on the field.
Right.
And you could just end the game. He was like, the coach's problem was he put this kid in anyway. This kid, Marty, who clearly should not be on anybody's football team, nowhere. But he was, and he put him in the game, and he was like, all right. And he was like, hey, don't go and do anything. Fucking don't try to be a goddamn hero.
Right.
He was like, you damn right, I'm going to try to be a goddamn hero. And he was like, hey, guys, I'm going to make a long, he makes this any given Sunday speech, this S speech, and he's like, we're going to give the ball to Marty. You're going to be a hero. And he was like, nah, I'm cool. I'm just happy to be on the field, honestly. He was like, no, you're going to be a hero. Like, that's cool, guys, but nah, I really don't want to do it. So they were like, we're going to throw a pass to Marty. So he goes.
And even when he's over there, they're trying to throw the ball at him. He's like, no, don't throw it to me.
If I was Marty, I would have ran out of bounds. Can't throw it to me if I'm out of bounds.
Marty's an idiot. He's over here waving his hands like he's open.
And that's the problem. He's waving his hands saying, don't throw it to me. But everybody knows that's universal sign for I'm open. So, of course, he threw it to him. And then this is where this thing breaks down, because he catches the ball, and he's like, yeah, I did it. And then he gets tackled by two dudes going opposite directions. But why wasn't the whistle blown? The play was dead. He already had the touchdown. These dudes tackled him. They literally ripped him in half. It's pretty gross. His intestines are here. We don't even know if he dies.
I know.
Because they never say it. I put he did, because you don't fucking come back from that.
Yeah, and then also the coach stepped on his organs. And
no,
stuff.
The ref did.
The
ref did, and then finally called the touchdown.
What a dick.
He's like, I did it. I'm a hero. like, no, this is, you know what it is, though? That's a spoof of Rudy. It has to be. Because fuck Rudy.
What?
I hated that movie.
I didn't watch it.
I don't like it because he's basically not a football player, and he gets like one play in the game, and then everyone cheers him because he's a good person at heart, which is fine, but I don't give a shit. You put them you look, if I'm playing and you put them kids on the other side of me that not supposed to be playing, but you want them to have a moment, I'm laying his ass out.
That's exactly what they did here.
Yeah. Lessons need to be learned. We had a kid on sticks on our football team my freshman year.
On sticks?
He didn't play, but he was on the team.
On sticks?
On the little what are they? The sticks.
Crutches.
Well, they're not like because are
like
those called
like the brace kind?
Yeah, are those called crutches
like
too?
No,
Yeah.
they're brace. They're called braces.
Are they okay? Because I know crutches are the ones like you hold
He
under
was
you
on
when
the
you walk.
team?
He was on the team. Yeah. Yeah.
What was his position?
I have no idea. I never thought to ask him. I thought it'd be rude because he never played. We knew he wasn't going to play. It was like, what kind of wish
What are we
fulfillment is
doing?
this? It's
Yeah.
weird.
So he could feel involved?
Look, you can't even bring me a water bottle. Like, you know what I mean? Like, no disrespect, but it's weird to me that you do this.
I'm sorry, Mom.
It's weird to me that
Made me
people
think
do.
of when you told me you were leaving the hospital, and then when she broke her ankle or whatever, and she said she was leaving the hospital, and some dude that was on crutches tried to.
I think I was going in, but he was coming out. I don't know, but
she fell.
I fell, and then this guy
Also on crutches.
was trying to help me. I'm like, just that's okay. This is already
not
a shit
working.
show.
This is not working.
Oh yeah, that's a spoof in and of itself.
Yeah, that was terrible.
So yeah, that's Jake's story because they keep talking about Austin's thing in this entire movie is saying what he's gonna say. So he'll be like, "Mr. Not first string anymore. Isn't first string anymore."
Yeah.
Like he says, he always repeats it. It's funny actually. I like it. I think it's a funny gag for this character.
Yeah,
I think each of them kind of did their own thing with the character. I don't think it was all just directed upon. I think also everybody put their own spin on.
I don't know. I feel like I think some of them might have had that leeway, but I think a lot of them had to be directed because it's not that like I don't think any of these actors have that kind of leeway at this point in their career.
Well, I just realized the guy who plays Austin, I know where I've seen him now. And
Yeah.
it's funny because I
so
can,
many things.
like the way things are said and stuff or what's said, I can tell it's similar in what I saw him in.
Well, that's probably why he was hired for his mannerisms.
right.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I mean, you obviously you get Chris Evans because he's a pretty boy, and then everybody else you get him to try to fit the archetypes of who you need in this movie. But I don't think outside of that, I don't think there was a whole lot of like super thought to it.
Yeah.
I think they were like, "This is the script. Let's just get it done.
Yeah.
We're never going to
pretty
beat Scary Movie. It was too good."
It's still funny though. But now we got
This is the Breakfast Club gag
Oh yeah, when they go to
the
get
boys,
detention.
her little brother and his
because you said
friends.
that's the dude from the Breakfast
the
Club who was
actual
in
guy,
who was the
yes.
detention dude.
Yeah,
Which
yeah.
it felt weird. I want to say because he felt like he forced this one, whereas like in the Breakfast Club he was actually just it felt more. Obviously, because it's a spoof, but he looked uncomfortable to me. Like, you know what I mean? It felt like he was trying to remember what he was saying. He kept doing this a bunch of times for no reason. Like, I'm doing devil
Well,
horns, guys.
they probably told him, amp it up.
But he just kept
to
doing
over the
it, and it
top.
was just random. He'd be like, you're mine. And then he'd say something else and just keep doing it. Like, he was doing like rock and roll hands, and he just kept doing it. And it was like, it didn't seem like it was placed anywhere specifically for any, it was just weird. It just felt weird.
I feel like there's
You're
something,
weird.
but I can't.
It probably is something, but it was just like
But anyways, homage to
Breakfast Club.
Yeah.
He was even wearing the outfit.
Yeah, he
The
looked
brother
like
was wearing the outfit of what's his name?
the
Oh, Judd
Hirsch.
Hirsch. Yeah.
Is it Hirsch?
yeah.
No.
No, that's Judd Nelson.
Nelson. Yeah.
There it is.
Judd Hirsch is from
One of them.
Taxi, the old guy. Though he was what's his name? Goldblum's dad in Independence Day. That's Judd Hirsch.
I like that guy.
Yeah.
I like that guy, Jonah.
It's weird.
Yeah, so Breakfast Club glad date. Jake's dad tries to set him up on a date with his mom. It's weird.
He's like, I know someone. And then he's like, what is it, Beverly?
But here's the thing. When he says Beverly, he kind of like gets ready for a Beverly. And then he's like,
maybe he thought somebody else had a name.
I'm sorry. Not in this house. Not in this family. You got to know what's going on.
She's got a common name. Like if they said, our mom's name,
or
maybe
no. Or maybe he thought he was calling the mom to tell the mom to
bring her up. Yeah. Okay, yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. Okay.
Either way, it was weird.
Well, it was weird.
So he's got a family that's got some kind of wealth, and they're really weird.
Yeah. So this is when you were talking about where he asked Catherine for help, and
the sister,
and this is my favorite line in this movie. One of them, at least, is when she's like, she basically says like, "Oh, I'll help you if you help me." And you know what she's talking about. And he was like, "Oh my God, you're my sister." And she says, "Only by blood." And I was just like, yo.
That's the worst type.
It's just so funny in the casual way she said it. I'm sorry, that was a good one. That was a good joke. That was a fun one.
Ew.
That was terrible.
Only by blood. I was like, yo.
So anyways, he must have
agreed.
Whatever.
He definitely he did. He does.
No, he didn't. He agreed. Because that's what she said. If she became prom queen, he was hers. That's what the deal was.
Was it? Oh, I missed that part.
Oh, I missed that too.
Yeah.
Okay.
You didn't even take notes. I don't believe you.
It doesn't matter. That's what happened.
Mom remembers things because Mom remembers things that gross her out. So
probably. So, anyways, she tells him what to do, like gain her trust. So he goes.
Wow.
This part is hilarious because the little brother, he's getting picked on by bullies or whatever, and he comes up and he's like, "Hey!" And the brother's he's already hype, so he punches him in the face when he comes up.
Kudos to that kid though, because bullies in movies, they don't throw punches.
They don't.
Kudos to this kid for being like, fuck it then. Whoever wants it can go get it.
So he swings and he hits Jake in the face.
You little shit. Pop. I just starts beating this shit out of this kid.
It was so funny because he looks so pissed. He's like, I'm going to fuck you up.
And then had the nerve to be like, and I don't want to see you guys messing with him again.
Yeah.
And then she's like, okay. Then she's like, you gotta find a song with her name in it.
Oh
and
my god!
I didn't know this was a real song when I saw this movie.
Yeah,
but it is. It
is.
Yeah.
JD's got a gun.
Yeah. Oh, you're right.
That
Aerosmith. Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah,
I was like, why can I not think of it now? The big mouth nigga, like what's his name? Steven Tyler. Steven Big Mouth Tyler.
Yeah, so he starts singing that when she's at where's she at?
They're outside painting.
Oh, that is
she's outside painting in the
with the
field.
group of people.
Yeah, like a football field. It's such a weird. This school
cool.
is weird. But all high school movies are weird. They all have weird shit like that.
You don't see nowhere else.
They're like, yo, what?
Yeah,
for sure.
I just thought my high school was lame.
You guys have polo, like fucking water polo.
We do.
I didn't even know that was real. I thought it was like a fake sport that people made up, like that only rich people play.
It's in the Olympics.
Okay, first off, I am not watching the Olympics for goddamn water polo, and I don't know anybody else who is.
I don't.
Can you name who won the gold in the last Olympics?
I didn't say
exactly.
It was me.
No, just kidding. I don't know.
Probably.
Who knows?
Yeah, I don't know.
USA.
No.
I usually root for USA unless it's track and you're running against like Jamaica.
Yeah.
In which case, you can go fuck yourself. You might as well chalk this loss up now.
Dang.
And that's for men and women.
Yeah.
You ain't fucking with Jamaica. Why are they so goddamn fast?
What's his name? Still got the record.
Usain Bolt?
Yeah.
Oh, does he?
Yeah. He's still the fastest man alive.
That's dope.
That's because he never had to race me in my prime.
Right.
It's pretty fast back in my day.
So anyways, they're outside painting on the field. He comes up, he's got a microphone, and he's
got the Steven Tyler microphone.
He's got the serious
he's like,
setup.
Janie's got a gun. He's getting all into it.
He's jumping the seats. I thought that was funny where he's just like hopping down from the seats.
And everybody starts running because
she's got a gun.
Then the police come and
they tase her.
Yeah, tackle her down. Tase
oh
her.
my god! Oh Jesus.
Yeah, that was
hilarious.
crazy.
So eventually, after all that, he takes her to his house.
And this is so stupid.
And I guess he goes straight for it.
What does he say? She goes to get some. Oh,
No, he said, "Do you want a snack?"
He invites her over, and she said, "I only came here to tell you to stop." That's a phone call. Like, I'm not going. That is a fucking phone call. He was like, "Just wait here. I'll be right back." And we see his wall of accomplishments, and then it's him going to Princeton that he hasn't gone yet because his dad is like obsessed with him going to Princeton. And he does have the line right out of Varsity Blues, the "I don't want your laugh." It's pretty funny. That's how it's delivered. Don't judge me.
Okay, got to see the movie then. Huh?
And
So he comes out, all whipped creamed up, naked and whipped creamed, cherries for nipples.
She said, no, she said,
I don't even like Sundays.
I don't even like Sundays. It's not. He's like, I'm a banana split. And she's like, I don't like those either. And then she walks out, and he just sitting there looking stupid.
He gets turned
down.
down.
He turns around, walks back in the kitchen, and he literally has a banana coming out the backside. I'm like, oh my gosh, that was just doing too much.
Yikes!
Yuck.
So how does he get her to convince her to go with her to this party? He just shows up and was like, "Hey, you're coming with me to this party."
He brought his sister over there.
So
well, no, because that's what. Okay, so they're talking.
So first, let's introduce the party. You got this kid named Justin. He's having the party.
They say his name.
Yeah,
I missed that part.
I actually got that part, but
nice.
The parents, they're leaving, and they're like, "Oh, have fun, be safe, or whatever," and stuff like that. And you got him. His homies, they're bringing in speakers.
Well, this is one of those scenes where it's like obliviousness because he's contradicting everything they say. Because they be like, "Remember, no party." He's like, "Oh no, I'm going to throw a rager the moment you leave." And then he's like, "The cat goes over here, speakers over here." Like he's doing that, and they're like, "All right, be safe." He was like, "Oh, I'm probably going to get like high on coke and drive."
Yeah.
It was that same thing of just going,
Yeah, those were the tropes. You know what's going to happen. You know who you're talking to. It's Stifler.
Yeah. And so
from American Pie, in case you didn't know.
No, I didn't know that. But now we have Jake shows up with his sister to Janie's house, and she
said, "How did you get in here?" Was that the time?
No,
that's later.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
That's later.
But it's still pretty funny.
Gives her I think the door just falls off the hinges, doesn't it?
Well, does it right here?
Yeah, because I think the whole part with the door, her locking the door, happened before, but it was.
Well, I think he just shows up. And he was like, "Oh, I'm here to take you to this party." She was like, "I'm not going." She never says that she didn't want to go. She specifically goes, she's like, "Oh, I'm not dressed. I haven't showered, none of that stuff." And that's it.
Yeah.
Right.
Well,
guess she didn't need any of that.
I gotta remember that it's a spoof because I was going to be like, why didn't you just say she didn't want to go? But then otherwise, how are we going to advance this plot?
Yeah.
So Catherine's sister comes up. She gives her a makeover in quotes. All she does is
have her take off her glasses.
Take her glasses off.
Because ponytail
that is the gag. I promise you. Every
time.
Every ugly, homely girl in like these teen movies, that's it.
It's
That's
just
the only thing they do. I swear to God.
Yeah,
that's it.
Because everybody was talking about her damn ponytail.
That ponytail.
Yeah. You mean that girl with that ponytail?
Ponytail.
Don't forget the paint on the overalls.
Okay.
That is what he said.
That is very important.
That paint on the overalls.
Like, that was the worst thing ever.
It was kind of bad. It's kind of bad.
You know what?
What, you liked it?
I know. I feel like I'm that person. Always got something.
That's fine.
There's somebody looking at me like that. Always got something on their shirt. Always got crumbs on it.
Crumbs. So yeah, she gives her the makeover, and we get
the makeover.
We get the song. The Kiss Me song that's in every movie.
Sheryl Crow.
Yeah.
Is that who sings that song?
Yeah.
See, I never knew because I could care less. I just know it's in from like 99 to like 2002. That song had to be in any movie.
I love that at this point when she's coming down the stairs to reveal and stuff like that, and everybody's like, "Oh, dang, hot!" And then she just her foot goes through the stairs, and all of a sudden, all the stairs she falls, and the whole thing
all
collapses.
the way down.
It just got really bad to worse. Really
And she had
quick.
like a desk fall in there too,
Okay,
and then
yeah.
had the nerve to be like, "I'm okay."
And her dad was like, "What the?" It's like, stop messing around and come out of here.
That's messed up.
Oh man,
Amazing. She still ended up clean, and her dress didn't look like she fell into all that just happened.
oh no, that's not gonna happen.
Yeah.
So we
Like
get
a cartoon.
to this party. It's a party.
Her little brother's there with his friends. They're like, "Yeah,
The black
first high
friend's
school
hair is
party."
changed.
His hair keeps changing.
It gets blacker and blacker every time you see it.
And it's like, wait, he had a short cut, he had braids.
And I think
he
in
had
this
a
scene he's got the fro. Yeah,
He did like Ray J's hat that
No,
time.
in this scene, he doesn't have a fro. In the beginning, he had like a weird curly.
Oh,
fro
he does
with-
that. The beginning has that.
And then it seemed like his normal hair.
This
like,
one, yeah.
It wasn't short cut, but it was short.
Oh, when they went to
It
the
was a
party,
buzz,
right?
but-
Yeah.
And then he's like, "Oh, that's when he walks into the kitchen, and then
To
he
the-
sees
to the
another-
black guy who
the other
was
black
in-
guy. That's the guy who was in Save the Last Dance. And he's like,
He's like, "What are you doing? What do you mean? I'm supposed to be the only black guy at this party." He was like,
"What
"What?
token black?"
Oh, my bad." Yeah, he was like,
He's
"I
like,
know,
yeah, that's whack.
That is whack." Yeah. It's like, honest mistake, man. It happens. I was like, "Yo, that
He actually respected it.
is one of the most relatable things I've ever seen in my life." Because I've been the only black guy at a lot of things, and I just be like, and I hate it because like certain songs will come on, they'll be like, "Oh, Tracy, come dance." I'm like, "You don't even know I can, nigga." Like,
right? or you see they see another black girl and they're like, "Oh, you guys should be together." It's like just because there's one other black person.
That is 100. Okay, so when I was in Decatur, didn't have that problem. There was a lot of black people. When I got back and I started middle school at Center, and there was one other black girl there. Her name was Shantae.
Everybody was trying to put y'all together.
Immediately, I hadn't been there a day, and they were like, "Oh, you guys be a cute couple." I'm like, "I don't even know this girl," like, and I let them sucker me into it.
They used to do that with me.
She
and
was
my friend
awkward as
Bowser.
hell.
They'd be like, "Oh, you guys," because he's kind of like had a different kind of style too, for a black dude. And
What's his name in real life?
oh shoot, I'm freaking out, Cameron.
Oh yeah, that's okay. I remember.
But yeah,
I think I thought so.
Why
too.
Bowser? Such a lame.
That's the nickname that everybody gave him. So
I don't like Bowser.
that's too bad. He's Bowser.
It's not even a legendary villain. It's just iconic.
You're not legendary.
You're not legendary.
So, anyways, yeah, people used to always say that. I'm like, how do you know he's not my brother?
That's even worse. Because now they're just like, wait, what?
Yeah, that's
Oh my god. Yeah, but it happens, and I think it's
Oh my
pretty
gosh.
stupid every time.
okay.
What?
This terrible part.
I don't want to talk about it.
Which terrible part?
So,
I know what she's talking
got
about.
Catherine, Jake's sister,
Oh, ew.
and this. Is
Well,
from
she
a
walks
movie.
into the party though. Because Catherine walks into the party and was like, "All right, I'm gonna go hook up with a total stranger," and everybody's, "I'm a total stranger." All these dudes.
So she's hooking up throughout this whole party, and even to the point where she gets to the
She talks to a
undercover. The undercover.
Well, doesn't she talk to a guy who's like, "Yeah, I know, we just hooked up." She was like, "Oh, okay."
and he just accepts it. He's like, "All right,
right, yeah. Yeah,
but she eventually gets to the undercover.
She's supposed to be a Fed. What was the point of that movie? Never Been Kissed?
No, she's supposed to
not
be a
Fed,
reporter.
Okay, there
right,
it is.
Right.
Same thing.
No.
She's undercover. It's
It
the same
was
thing.
her doing stories about.
The pedophile teacher. Got
No,
it. Yeah.
no, it wasn't. It was about.
wasn't about that.
The story was about how some of the things that the students do that, to other kids. She was like that. She was outcast and all that kind of stuff. So she wasn't
But
popular.
then she ends up blowing the lid on the pedophile teacher, right?
Stop it.
Or do they have a happy ending? They shouldn't.
He
They
found
had-
out she's not a young
student.
teenager,
And then he wasn't
And he
attracted to her
and he
anymore,
was-
huh?
No, he was, and he was relieved too.
That doesn't make it better. You're like
he
proving
was-
my point.
He was willing to
But
catch
he
a
didn't.
case.
No,
No.
he wasn't. He was keeping it He wasn't.
But he
was
wanted
grooming
to.
her.
Oh, see, there it is. He was definitely. This is
She's
Mulan
just
all
saying
over
that.
again. This is
She's
the same
just
thing.
saying that. That's not what was happening.
That's exactly
Mulan.
Mulan.
Oh.
Because Shang, clearly in love with Ping, was so relieved when he realized that it was Mulan.
He's like, oh God, I'm not gay.
He was like, that's what I'm saying. I promise. They shared glances in that movie, and I was like, and then when he was like, when the dude comes out, and he's like, whispers in his ear. He's like, what? You sure? He walks in that tent. He's like, oh God, titties, thank God.
And then he
Oh.
had to be stern. He's like, you're not supposed to be in this military.
Yeah, he was like, yeah, stuff and things. Thank you. Stuff and stuff. I'm sparing your life because
I'll catch you
although
later. I'll catch you when I get back from this war.
he should have killed her though, because then she would be the only one who knows his secret. He got to take that shit to the grave. That shit's funny to me.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, he
in
almost fell in
true
love with
way,
Ping.
you know, do you think
Not
about,
almost.
Hey,
He did
hey,
fall in love with Ping.
true Disney style though, right? To bring certain things out.
Man,
and
it is
to-
hilarious. Well, because I mean, it's not even secretive. They have cross dressing in that movie. Like it's
Yes.
nothing. It's
Yes.
funny. Yeah, I think it's hilarious as hell that they were like, hey, wouldn't it be funny? Like, wouldn't it be funny? I know that there has to be one writer who's just like, I know, guys, we already wrote this movie, but what if? Just what if?
Nah.
Because otherwise, that love story doesn't make sense if they're not casually falling in love throughout the entire movie.
Well, sure.
Yeah, which is why it's
I think he maybe he had like man crush on her, on Ping, and was like, man,
not making
if
the
I
case.
wasn't a straight
that's
man,
worse.
I
No,
would
it's
be in
even
love
worse.
with
What are you
him.
talking about? That is so much
Okay.
worse.
Like you don't have a man celebrity crush. Did we talk about this before? You do have a man celebrity crush, don't you?
I don't think I do anymore.
Mom, you have a female celebrity crush?
It's way more acceptable.
It is.
It is. It's way much. Yeah, it's true.
I used to have a man crush. I used to have a man, like,
Oh.
it was Brad Pitt.
Oh my gosh!
I
I
believe
was
it.
going to say because Alfred, when I used to work at Time Warner, that was his. He used to say, it was Brad Pitt.
It was like, yeah,
we
if
used
you
to
make
joke
me.
about it.
Okay.
It's
If you
not
had a
anymore,
day to
though.
hang out
'Cause,
with
you know,
Brad
it's
Pitt,
getting old.
and he's as cool as
He's
you think
aging out.
He is, and then you find out he's
I'm like Leonardo DiCaprio. I don't date him past 25.
so bad.
I didn't know that was real. That's funny to me. So
Apparently.
I'm doing anything to not talk about this gross ass scene.
Oh, so anyways, back to
Ew,
it.
yes.
So
that was another
she's
gross
trying to,
scene.
I guess, coach this undercover lady.
She asked her because she mentioned, she goes,
And she's
I've never been
old.
kissed.
Yeah. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh!
So she actually kisses her.
It was just gross.
It's gross.
She
It's
decides
very
to
gross.
have that moment with her and kiss her, and then you see her little false teeth fall down too, and it's all tonguey. And
Just gross and just.
I wonder how many times they filmed this.
I don't want to know. I don't want to know. It's gross for everyone involved.
It was
Yikes.
disgusting.
True professionals, every one of them.
Yeah,
And then she says what she says at the end after they're kissing. She's like, "Now you gonna."
Oh my god!
Yeah,
I wasn't gonna say all that, Mom.
I'm just saying.
I would see this one.
She asked her
on these
if
notes.
she's ever
Look,
gone downtown on another lady. Is that better?
okay,
that
no. I specifically in my notes
Left
made
it out?
I made it pretty PG. I made my notes pretty.
She asked her.
Details
I
out.
wasn't even gonna say. I just said the thing.
I
Yep,
would've-
she asked her.
I'm usually like details, but in this movie, I was like, it's okay to avoid
So
certain
we get back to this
Wow,
party,
wow.
and
I could have avoided this whole movie.
Janie is pretending to be drunk. Oh, she thinks she's drunk. And she
Oh,
turns
yeah,
out
and he's she jumped in the pool from the balcony or something, and she's like, "I told you I shouldn't drink or something." He's like, "Yeah, but I gave you a non-alcoholic beer." She's like, "Oh."
And then Priscilla comes up. She's being all mean.
I love this though. There's some dude in the background. It's like, you're a unique rebel.
And then another guy says, "Show us how drunk you are."
because that is a thing, and it's always like I've been, especially in college, I've been to a lot of parties. People get drunk and don't just start like
Doing drunk
doing
stuff.
like they're drunk. It's like stumbling. They might like be a little touchy, but I've never seen somebody like, I'm drunk. I'm gonna climb on this roof. Like, you're not even gonna make it up the roof. What are you talking about?
Seen it.
When they were
Oh,
drunk?
yeah. Or were they
White
just
people.
drunk? Were they just
Well, no, I mean, I was gonna say,
Were they just
were they
drunk?
drunk or were they just,
were
you
they
know?
on something else?
No, drunk white
But that's what I'm
people.
saying. Like, I've been to a lot of parties, and that's why he said, show us how drunk you are. Because in movies, in order for us to know that you're drunk, you have to be like, it's the same thing. Like, how, like when people are high, like how people are high in movies is like, that is not real life.
I've seen people get drunk and try to do stupid stuff.
Well, I know,
like,
but I'm saying, but that's not the norm. That's not how normal drunk people. You don't have to show people you're drunk. We're at the same party. I know you're drunk. I've been watching you drink. You're stumbling a little bit. You slur, but
I think some people like, I don't know, that got issues or whatever, like to show people I'm feeling better than you. You want to see how good I'm feeling?
That's the jackass there. Everybody was like, I'm gonna jump you, and you guys want to watch me? Like, that's what I'm saying. You dare me? No, I don't dare you to do shit. Like, you idiot in somebody's house.
There is a handful of people that are like that.
Yeah.
So,
but that's why I thought that was funny. That show us how drunk you are.
And so now you got...
look, I just want to make this parallel. This is, you know, how we did House Party last week, and again how I could pretty much confirm things what are real and or contrived. And we partied. Now, not that we didn't ever drink, but that wasn't the party. Whereas white people,
that's the thing too.
That's the first thing. If you had any white friends, I'm sure they always want to get like even Dave Chappelle has said, they get fucking smashed.
But that's like, okay, because like even like in high school when I would go to like house parties in high school, that's if I went to a house party, we were there dancing.
Yeah.
But if my white friends were having a party, I knew exactly what was going on, and I usually didn't go because I don't want to be around people I might have to fight.
Right, we're doing some
like,
shit.
look,
They think
on your
it's funny
forehead while you're sleeping and
yo,
stuff.
because first off, I ain't sleeping at nobody else's house. That's fucking crazy. I think I may have spent the night over 2 friends' house my entire life. 3. Nope, 2, because I didn't spend the night at Nathaniel's house. I came home early because I didn't want to go. I spent the night at Javier's house. And I spent the night at Freddie's house. Other than that, I've never spent the night at anybody's house. Why? Because I'm not small. People be doing dumb shit.
And Freddie, I knew his mom well, so this
that's fucking crazy. Crazy. No, not happening. So
I
wouldn't like what it is too is because like people like to test you. People like to test you. White people specifically want to test they want to test boundaries with black people.
Yes.
And it's weird to me because if I have to tell you that I'm gonna fuck you up more than once, like we already have a problem. Like, hey, dude, can you stop touching me like that? Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's once. Oh, man, stop tripping. Dog, stop touching me. That's 2. That third one's coming with a fist. Like, but that's how they act. Like, when I'm at a house party, I don't have to worry about that.
Right.
When I'm at my white friend's party, that's all they want to do is they just do stupid
just crazy
shit.
Yeah, no.
Just dumb shit. You want to see me jump off this roof into this pool? Hell no. You're going to miss.
And I don't want to witness that.
Hell no.
It'd be a party foul if an ambulance had to come tonight.
You know?
No, they're not coming. Ain't nobody calling shit.
It's just like that one, that what do you call it? That Project X. And even with the real story that it's based off of, he was Australian, but he was still white. I mean,
no matter what country you go to, white is white. That's a cultural thing.
They don't have like that natural inborn fear of.
Yeah, I was gonna say like that
us,
fear of just being hurt.
Oh, shoot, this could happen. We always thinking of the stuff that could happen.
That's funny because it's like Jackass was a reality show, but for me it was like fantasy.
Right.
Because I was like, never. Never in my goddamn life.
It's like those disclaimers.
They're not the first guys to come up with this idea of doing dumb
and this
stuff.
is why they had to say,
don't try this at home
now, or even like on that other show, they said they don't solicit.
Like ridiculousness.
Yeah, they don't solicit.
Well, they don't. If you don't send shit in, they'll find it.
Yeah, we'll find you. Don't call us. We'll call you because they know it's some fools ready to do some stupid stuff.
Put firecrackers in their booty.
Oh gosh.
So this party, the girl Priscilla comes out and she's just like, what?
She's just being mean.
She's just being a mean girl.
Yeah.
And she's like, "What are you gonna cry?" And then she's like, "It looks like she's not." And then she's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna cry." And she starts running away her crying. So funny.
The best part about this was the slow clap.
The dude is my favorite guy in this whole movie. This guy tries to start the slow clap. He's like, misread the moment clearly, and then
Sabrina the Teenage Witch comes out. Right, that's her, right?
Yes,
it's Clarissa explains it all.
She's Sabrina the Teenage
guess
Witch.
what?
No, it's
you're both right.
No, I'm right.
And 2 things can be true. And she also is what's her name? What's her?
Exactly. What are you
Dang.
talking about? You don't know nothing.
Oh
am I
my
losing
gosh,
it?
yes I do.
What are you talking about?
Her name, her real name.
Melissa Joan Hart.
Melissa Joan
Yeah,
Hart,
there we
yeah. She's also known as Melissa Joan.
Nah, it's Clarissa.
Sabrina.
See, look at that.
You've never
Theorist.
seen Clarissa, huh?
No, I know.
You have?
I've seen
that was
Sabrina.
So
So Clarissa.
Clarissa Explains It All.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
Yeah,
That was a good little show.
You're lying.
I'm not.
Oh,
It was on
actually, no.
Nickelodeon.
I did see that. No, I did see some of that.
In reruns, yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah, the reruns, of course.
Well, shit, you
I
saw
wasn't
Sabrina the
watching it at
Teenage
3
Witch
o'clock,
in reruns.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, because that was TGI Fridays. Yeah,
You don't know nothing about that.
I know about the restaurant.
It was a thing.
Okay, all right. Slow
I'm like,
clap
what
guy and
restaurant?
Sabrina the Teenage Witch. She's like, "Hey, this is not the time to do a slow clap."
She's like, you got to wait for the right moment. Well, how will I know? You'll know.
you'll know.
I just like
And
this
that's true.
out of nowhere.
That's true. And then we get
still didn't
this.
know
This
that.
is when he comes to the house and he's like, "How'd you get in here?" "Oh, there's a big hole on the side of your house." And that's when he's like, we get Janie's super sad story, which is also pretty funny because, like you were saying, it's the exact same story from Save the Last Dance,
Yep.
which she was like, "Oh yeah, I was going to this art thing and my mom was on her way and it was raining." He was like, "Oh no, car crash?" And she was like, "No, cancer." I was like, "Yo, the fuck." And then that's when he's like, he's like, she was telling Jake, like, you look past me. You see me for me. You don't see me just from my glasses or my ponytail. And he was like, "Don't forget the paint on the overalls." And she's like, "You're right. I guess you didn't notice that either." It's like, it is what it is, lady. Oh my god,
That was so
And then
funny.
she's like, she talks about this school in Paris, and he was like, "Oh my god, Janie, do you know that my parents give out a scholarship every year to a kid who's trying to go to an art school in Paris?" She was like, "Word?" He was like, "Yeah, we gave it to someone else already."
He gave it to this Mexican girl who does
Oh.
finger painting or something.
Louis like, Lupita, she does finger paint. I think you'd really like some of her stuff. But the way he changed on the dime is fucking hilarious. That shit was good. It's so weird seeing him with black hair, though.
It's not black.
It
It's
is.
dark
It's pretty-
brown.
No,
No,
that
it's
hair
pretty
is
black.
jet black.
Not.
That
No,
hair.
it could be black.
No, that hair is ink.
It's just dark.
Like, it is, he is. That's such a weird thing to say. So then they have that awkward kiss attempt, and they're just like, "Yeah, we'll forget it." And then this is when he asked her to prom awkwardly. But I love this scene because the best friend's trying to figure out how to stand, so he looks like they're together. He's like trying to. Because as soon as
put his
Jake
hand
shows
on
up,
it.
he puts the hand around. He's like, "No, that doesn't work." He tries to put his hand on her leg. He's like, "No." He's like, "Do I hold the hand?" Like, he doesn't know what he's doing. It's funny as fuck though.
When?
Wow.
When Jake is about to ask her to prom.
Oh yeah. Okay, no, I remember now. I remember.
Yeah.
Now I remember. And this was
Sure you
outside.
do.
She's sitting.
And that's why it's Clarissa.
This is when she's sitting on the bench with her
Her best friend. Her friend zone.
Yes.
friend.
Friend zone Ricky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you got
Do we get to the
Football
football game?
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
so
This
football
is
game.
when we get the
bring it
inspirational.
The bring it on stove. We get the bring it on spoof first.
Oh my god.
And
Drop.
that shit is fucking hilarious in all the wrong ways.
Yeah.
Because it's like, cause I don't know for those of you who've never seen Bring It On, they were accused of stealing.
What are you talking about? I seen Bring It On.
She's talking to the audience.
Oh, he pointed to us. He pointed to us
No,
with the book.
he's doing a
Look,
generalized
you
thing
pointed
to
to us with
those
the
of
book.
you.
So just
I was talking about you too.
just watch where you point the book.
Because you guys don't know, so I have to explain it to you.
I know. I've seen Bring
Shut
It On
up.
about a
I'm
million
explaining it.
times.
So they are accused of
True.
stealing from the black team, which
Probably does happen.
I'm sure that's had. I mean, it does for not just cheerleading routines.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And oh my god! Now that we're saying it, it reminded me of that video. I don't know if you ever saw. It was like these black girls. I think they weren't even. I don't think they were cheerleaders. They were like a drill team, and they were doing this joint like that. They
Right.
that did, and then they cut it to a video of this white girl trying to do the exact same thing.
Oh my
And
gosh.
it is the saddest thing I have ever seen in my life. I'm gonna look it up and I'll show you later. But it's sad.
Yeah,
It is
yeah. Ugh.
I never seen it.
yuck.
Well, it's kind of the same thing, but like he did on the movie and Bring It On, how
They stole.
They did it, and that other girl was like, "Wait a minute."
She's like, "I've seen these."
Yeah.
I've seen this before.
And then she drives that white girl to Compton. That was brave as fuck.
But they, in this case, they just took it on the spot.
They were like, "What? We don't steal. We do our own routines." And then they even saying we're the East Compton Wildcats.
They
clearly stole
Break it
it
down, niggas, was the part that got me.
right.
Yeah.
I was like, "Yo, no, you didn't steal it. You didn't steal that at all."
No.
And that was funny as hell. The dude, these bitches are representing. Like, come on, dude.
gosh.
That's not how we talk.
And now, so yeah, you got that part. Then you got coaches. And you see, what's his name that plays Archer?
Oh, because we have we haven't been talking about it, but what's his name in this movie? The big dude, Big Ray or something like that.
The football player.
The big chunky dude,
yeah.
And he's got they keep talking about how he's got 6 concussions left, and now I think at this point he's got 3. They have a concussion watch on the scoreboard, and he gets concussed, and that's when H. John Benjamin, the dude who plays Archer and Bob's Burgers and so many other voices that he's probably a cajillionaire at this point, he comes and he's telling him hey, he can't play. He'll die if he plays again. He was like, well, he has to play. And then they just start spitting.
They have his coach spit off.
He's like, I don't care how you do it. You just get him. They tape him to the other players. It is so fucking stupid. That's a waste of time.
That's exactly what coaches look like to me. All they do is spit and chew on stuff and
It feels that.
Damn it.
It feels that way at times.
That's what it looks like.
does.
From somebody who doesn't always watch football but catches it here and there and sees a little snippet here and there. That's exactly what it looks like.
It feels that way.
That's
at
why
times.
I'm like that. Maybe this wasn't such an exaggeration.
No, it does. But it's an exaggeration, and also it's not. High school, it's toned down a little bit because most of the coaches are also teachers at the school,
Right.
and them niggas will get fired in a heartbeat if something happened. College,
Yeah,
that's a different story.
They take that
Them
pretty
motherfuckers can
seriously.
say what.
Oh,
don't they?
pretty seriously.
It's life. It's,
Yes.
The schools will have your ass. Coaches get fired. You would think in certain things like high school coaches, all them dudes are volunteers for the most part, except in Texas. I'm pretty sure they're going outside and hiring motherfuckers. But anywhere else, all our coaches were just the teachers.
Yeah.
We had one coach who came from the outside. I think he knew one of the other coaches, and I hated that guy. But but that's really what it is. It's man, in college though, they're paying these coaches so much money, which is, why I feel like players need to be getting paid something.
Yep.
But that's a whole other topic for another time. Yeah. Anyways, so we're at this game. I think Austin gets injured. He gets flatlined. He gets fucked up.
Oh yeah, I think so.
And that's when
now that's when Coach wants to put Jake in,
right?
And then he's contemplating it, and now we see, and it's funny because we see in the beginning too.
He's there in the background.
Yeah, and so
he's there in that scene where the coach picks him up and gives him a backbreaker for no reason.
Oh yeah.
And he does sit back there in the back, and he's listening. He's like, oh, what the fuck?
He's just staring. He stops. You see him staring in the background, and I noticed that too. But I thought it was just some random extra that was just being weird.
Yeah, you missed it. One of the speaking of extra, I'm glad you said that because one of the dude's jersey says extra on it, and it's funny. And Mom noticed that all their jerseys have their first names on it, which is
very weird.
I don't like it.
No.
I kind of think that's cool.
It says the girl who
was
talking about a football meet.
Tradition.
So what?
Tradition.
I don't want to be known as Ross, such a common name. My name is Jonah.
Lucky for you, you're probably not going to meet 1,000 people named Jonah. But imagine if your name was Chris or Eric or some shit like that.
Exactly.
We do that for a reason.
Exactly.
A lot of Chris
and it seemed like football just got the names, boy. They Gronkowski.
Yeah, football's got some names. Bill Romanowski.
Yeah,
Kaepernick. That's a name in and of itself. I just names.
It's pretty cool.
It's like, did you know? Because it's okay, your name is this. You got to play football. It's just
there are certain names where I feel like you just can't
It's okay.
I don't know a lot of dudes, but if your name is Scottie Pippen and you're black, your choices aren't very. You don't have a lot of choices there.
Wait,
or if your name is Giannis Antetokounmpo, you got to play something. I don't care what sport it is, but you can't just go around with your last name being Antetokounmpo
and do something,
and then just expect people to be okay with that. I'm not hiring this dude just because I can't say his name. I don't want to mess that up. I'm not doing that.
Yeah, exactly. So then they have the inspirational speech from the janitor.
The wise janitor.
The wise janitor.
She said, I'm the wise janitor and impart wisdom. It is Mr. T, and I love
how
it.
it pulls out. You think he's going to say Mr. T, and he just says, I'm the wise janitor.
He is. Because all the movies have it.
Yes, gotta have the wise janitor.
So he's trying to tell him, like, go in, do it.
He said, believe in the ball. He said, throw yourself.
Believe in the ball, throw yourself.
Believe in the ball and throw yourself. He was like, what? You sure? He was like, yeah, I said what I said.
He's hilarious.
No, but he does because he goes, it wasn't your fault that party got torn in half. He was like, really? All right, it was your fault. He's like, but damn, man, you know what I'm trying to say. This is so stupid. And then he throws his pass, and it is
horrible.
Now we got the cheerleader with Tourette's, and she's leading.
I love that.
A chant. She's like, "Can I get a B?" or whatever, and then she's like, "Can I get a God suck you fucking fuck?"
And they're all like, and like I said, the power of cheerleaders, you have to say, you have to do what they say.
Yeah,
they actually said it, didn't they?
Yeah, they did.
They did. And then so he blows his pass. He ends up hitting. Damn, I wrote his name down. It's right here in my note. Reggie, that's the guy's name. Big fat guy. Reggie Ray.
Oh God, he gets another concussion,
and that was his last one.
Yeah.
So he's probably dead now too. We don't know. He's just killing people, and they're not saying that they're dead or not. But we've got a serial murder on the loose.
And then you get the guy
slow clap guy again.
He's up there
once again
doing the slow clap.
Misses the moment, and they're just like,
no,
yo, what the fuck, man? A guy maybe probably died. We got it's not the moment for that. And then this is when
you see him. Jake talks to Janie.
Oh yeah,
and Austin
comes up. Yeah,
because he's mad that he took his spot, which he's not going to have very much longer. He just threw a ball at a guy who wasn't even in the game. So don't worry about it, Austin. But Austin comes and he's basically like, oh, I'm here for the revenge. And I love the mustache twirling on this guy because it's fucking amazing. Like, he's just like, I'm going to get all my revenge. See?
And it's so funny. He's like, I'm going to have to tell her or whatever. And he goes and he whispers in her ear, and Jake, idiot,
just starts spilling.
Because Janie goes, wait, what? and then
do it again.
No, I'm not doing it again.
Do it again.
Wait, what?
What?
And he's like, okay, I made a bet, but that was before I knew the real you.
She's like, what bet? What bet?
And I love that because why telling yourself, man? If he already told her, I'm not gonna say it now.
Right.
Like, I'm gonna let her say it to me so I can be like, that's bullshit. I didn't make no bet. Why are you believing this chump?
Right. Make it by his word against yours.
That's so funny, man. Freaking,
you kind of have to. You got to do it at that point.
MJ's done that to Jaden before. Like, come up to tell, like he's gonna say, "All right, I'm gonna tell on you." Run downstairs, whatever, and say something to me. It's like Jaden, and he just being silly or whatever. And he'll just say, "Oh, he did something simple, or whatever." And I'll just come upstairs, "Hey." MJ just told me something or whatever, and then Jada will be like, "I didn't just hit him because
hit me first,
bruh. He didn't say nothing about you putting his hands, but now I think you did."
I hope that Jada never has to get interrogeted. This thing is going to break. He's gonna be like, "So your friend just told us what? He told you? He didn't tell you. I didn't rob no bank. He did all the bank like
all I did was this."
He's like, "I was just there. I didn't do anything." I was like, "Nah, dude, you fucked that up."
Yeah. So he told on himself, and now she knows.
Now it's a musical.
It's so funny because Austin was like, "I didn't tell her anything. All I did was whisper in her ear."
He's like, "I'm going to tell you something that makes it look like I'm telling you Jake's secret, but I'm not going to tell you his secret, and it's going to make him reveal his secret to you." Fucking awesome. Fucking awesome.
How exaggerated that was.
Total villain.
And then this becomes a musical. Mom said Grease.
Yeah, because they did that thing that summer loving thing.
I like how he's at the beach and he's doing stuff. He's on the swings.
It should have been Dust in the Wind.
Still in the dang football.
He's in his pads. He's got his leg pads on.
Yeah, so he's doing that. All of a sudden, he starts singing,
Oh my God.
And everybody else starts singing.
And everybody starts singing.
I'm only in this song because I'm a black guy. That was the best line of the
Put
song.
the cape on him.
They did the James Brown cake because he had the James Brown hair.
Yeah. Wow. He
He had the James Brown hair.
Wow. And so now they're all at prom. And then this is when the song ends. And they got their arms
They're
out.
just like, all right, what do we do now? Because I've always wondered that about musicals is when do they know?
When do they move on?
Because they all stop to pose after every dance number. So it's like, when do they, like, let's just put it this way. Let's say this was real life. They were singing, like, doing that in real life. When do they stop posing?
And they're like, all right.
When do they stop?
Let's get back to it.
When do they stop posing?
When they call scene.
No, I'm saying,
No, if it was
like,
real
because this is, we're saying, like, it's a musical, but it's happening.
Oh.
So it's like, let's say you're in a West Side Story, and all of a sudden you guys are doing your dance number, and then you stop to pose at the end of your song. When do you stop posing? Like, whose job is it to be like, all right, guys, we're good. Let it go.
If we're talking about the old West Side Story, they did, like, I think at the end of one of the songs, you could see them, they just walking back. Like, it was kind of like they were singing, but it was like a party.
Yeah.
Yeah, Zabba
Yeah.
Zabba.
Like when they,
Wow.
like, I want to, no, like
Fucking hate
that
that
American
Yeah,
song.
that's
I
what-
live in America.
Yeah. And then they just walked off.
Rita
Like,
Moreno,
oh, that was a
the
fun
greatest.
party.
I didn't like that movie.
So anyways,
Anyway,
moving forward,
We're at prom. Things happen. Mitch gives Amanda the letter, and she's like, "Oh, you think I just sleep with every dude who gives me a love letter?" And he was like, "What?" And she was like, "I just give him hand jobs." And he was like, "Okay, it works for me. I'm okay with that, I guess."
so that worked out. For
That worked
them.
out for everybody.
That wasn't the little brother. That was the brother's friend, right?
No, that was the little brother. Her little brother's Mitch. Yeah,
No.
Yes.
But it
Yeah.
wasn't him.
Yes,
it was.
Yes, it was.
He was the one who had
it
been
was.
talking about that
Okay.
girl the whole time.
Oh, it was okay, never mind. It was the other dude with the other thing. Never mind. So anyways, we got dancing and everybody knows.
Yeah, I said prom dance number. He was like, "What did that dude say? Man, isn't it great that everyone who goes to our school is
He's
a professional dancer?" Oh no, he said you would never know that every student at this school is a professional dancer, and it's pretty whack.
And now they announce who the prom king and queen are. You got Jake,
So
obviously
the king was
king.
Jake, and then you think it's gonna be between.
They said it's a tie.
Yeah, you think it's gonna be what's her name, Priscilla, and what's the girl's name?
Janie,
Janie.
because she's got a gun.
And then but then it ends up being the conjoined twins. I don't know why that made.
I don't know. That was a nice hearty one though, but it got you.
It was the scene when they said he had to dance. They had to dance the king and queen.
He was trying to figure out how to do it.
Put my head that way.
How do we make this work here? I don't know if Uncle Fester made it work. I'm pretty sure you could.
But they weren't joined at the head.
No,
They were.
Oh, they
joined-
were.
They were joined at the body,
Yeah, you're right. That's it. I guess. It
so
makes
he
it
could put
easier.
his head between their heads.
Yeah. Oh my god. So yeah. So anyways, Janie leaves with Austin, and then he leaves and he talks to, and then he sees Malik who's walking into some. They're supposed to be at the same prom. Where is he coming from?
Smoking outside. I don't
Maybe.
know.
All right, fair enough.
and he's like, you know where Austin is, and he's like, what?
He was like, I have no idea. I definitely don't know that he went to this. All I know, he said, all I know is that him and Janie went to a hotel. It's the such and such hotel. The such and such right here.
And
if
the
you
room-
go, if it's
Past
room,
the icebox.
yeah, it's room 34. If you go past the icebox, you went too far, and that's all I know.
Yeah.
And what he said, Jake says, Malik, you're really like, he said something like him being like intelligent.
Underappreciated.
And then you're underappreciated.
Right.
He was like, "Oh man, I'm so glad to hear you say that because I've been wanting to talk to you about it." He just boasts. He goes, "Motherfucker!" It's like he knew it. He
fell
knew
for
it. Every time I get my hopes up and think I'm gonna be a character in this movie.
Yeah. Oh, and then he runs into Ricky. Ricky, what is he doing? Oh yeah, he's trying to race for.
Oh,
Janie
Rick,
too.
because they did meet each other right outside, and he was like, "Where are you going?" He was like, "I got to go confess to Janie. I love her." He was like, "Yeah, but I'm the best friend. Been in front of her face the whole time.
Yeah.
She just doesn't know it yet, but she's gonna see it now." And he's like, "Yeah, but I'm the hot jock." He was like, "Damn it, you're right."
So then,
But it's usually the best friend in those movies. There are if there's a male best friend in that position, the chances are he's going to be the one at the end of the movie.
Yeah.
If there's not, then it's going to be the jock. But usually, if that male best friend is there, especially if their relationship isn't like how they be like, oh, that's the gay best friend,
right.
Then that dude's gonna it's gonna be in front of her face the whole time.
True.
Okay.
Gonna save her.
Yeah.
So they chase after.
They will go running and try to
Jamie.
right.
And this dude's getting hit by buses, cars, bikes.
He's messed up. He's getting messed up this whole way.
And everybody's like, she doesn't love you.
Messed up. And then Jake finally gets to the hotel room that Malik was telling him about, and then he sees Austin and he sees Priscilla in the room.
Well, first he didn't know it was Priscilla.
Well, he just heard the noises,
and then he saw Austin, and then but then he saw the cover, and then it was Priscilla,
an old weird dude,
and then the weird boyfriend was over there
filming
it.
We're making art.
With that stupid bag, plastic bag.
So he was like, where's Janie? Mrs. Run Home to Daddy ran home to Daddy. I was like, thanks.
Yeah.
You're the best.
And didn't he like kick the plastic
No, he
bag?
punches everybody and then punches the plastic bag.
He slaps everybody, doesn't he?
No, he punches them.
Does,
yeah, he
punched
punches
Austin first, then he punched
Priscilla, then he punched weird Les.
And then he punched the bag.
He was like, it's just weird.
I punch you because you're weird. You're just weird.
And then he goes running to Janie's house. And then
Dad tells him to get on a plane to Paris.
Over there having flashbacks with pie and beer. And got a dog bone for a weapon. It was just...
he basically, in the middle of his drunken stupor, tells her that she went to LAX to go to Paris for school. Which, what the fuck are you doing?
Just randomly.
It's not how that works, by the way. Can't just get on a random flight to Paris.
Well, she told him that, and he's drunk enough to be like, all right, honey, be safe.
Yeah. So he does, and he gets... He gets to the airport and he's like, I'm not going to wait in line. And he makes the speech from, I believe you said was Family Man. And he makes the speech and they're like, well, go on, get her then. Yeah. And then Ricky comes and he tries to do the same thing and be like, we heard that already. We're not going to fall for that speech twice, you asshole.
It's so funny when he finally gets to Janie and he gives her quotes from movies.
Before, because she's too far, apparently. I don't know why he could have just walked over there. But he takes this little kid's football and then he has to, believe in the ball and throw himself. And he does, and he hits her right in the head. And he's like, yes. And then this is when he gives her the fake speeches, the fake movie speeches. Yeah. And then that's that girl? Molly Ringwald.
Oh, yeah.
And she's like,
she on?
Breakfast Club, Pretty in Pink, 16
Candles.
She is the original here, I guess, in this situation.
Yeah. She's the OG, coming of age movie girl.
Yeah.
80s. The real 80s, not going into 90s.
Was she in Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter's Dead? No, that's Our Adventures in Babysitting. Is that her in that?
No, that's Christina Applegate.
No, Christina Applegate is in Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter. Who's in?
The girl. The first controller at what's that? The Boys. The Boys, the show. Mm-hmm. The one who was the boss before Esposito.
Oh, what's her face?
Yeah.
I don't know her name.
Elizabeth
Shue.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, because she was also in Karate Kid.
Yeah.
You're the best around, and nothing's ever gonna get you down.
Okay, so now we get those fake speeches, and then finally he comes up with
he's like, you know what?
I'm
going to keep it real. Maybe you should get on that plane.
Oh, yeah.
She was like, wait, what? And he's like, I mean, let's keep it real. Like, after high school, it'll be cool for a minute, but then I'm going to go to college. You're going to do something. He's like, I'm going to have unprotected sex with a woman, and you're going to be upset about it. And it's just best for everybody if we just split it up now.
She's like, I didn't want that kind of honesty.
She was like, you think I'm stupid? That's from She's All That, too. I love that movie. movie. I masturbate to that movie.
She said it was from something else.
No, she said that because she mentions that she masturbates to Freddie Prinze Jr., which is why, how could you think she was stoned? He was like, well, no, and then that's when Molly Ray Wong was like, well, we think we all know where this is going. But we don't. Because there was no sequel.
Right. There wasn't.
But,
and that's nope.
Finally
we're not there yet. We're not there yet because they kiss.
They kiss, and then finally,
slow clap guy is about to get his moment.
He was about to clap his hands.
He knew it. He was like, "This is it. This is the moment."
Asshole Ricky comes up.
Asshole Ricky, that son of a bitch.
He's all beat up by everything.
That dude was so upset. He was in tears. You can see tears in that man's eyes. He was like, "You son of a bitch!" And he just beats the shit out of Ricky for stealing his moment, which justified.
Honestly, yeah,
justified.
He's been trying this whole time.
He was,
and then he stole it from him with an ass.
And then that's the movie. There's no blooper reel, which
it did like one little clip, right?
I don't think it was anything. Oh, it wasn't
a blooper. No, that was just something. Yeah, it didn't need it.
No, it was the only thing. It was her dad about to fuck two pies.
Oh, that's what that was.
He was like, "You guys ready for a threesome?" And then that was it.
Wow.
Because in American Pie,
no,
he fucked some pies.
So, anyways, gross.
Because they told him, he was like, "Oh, what does third base or whatever feel like?" And then one of the dudes was like, "Warm apple pie," and he goes home and look what's sitting on the table, some warm apple pie.
That's not what you do with.
That's not what you do with the pie.
Gross. Apple pie.
You can't eat it.
That's disgusting.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's an apple pie.
This is the kind of stuff like we would never know if this kind of thing even would go on in real life because it's just so different from anything we know.
I hope nobody I know has ever tried to fuck a pie.
Gross.
There's probably at least.
I know there's at least one person I know has probably tried to fuck a pie.
It's probably the normalest looking guy too. You never know.
All right, so we're at the end of the road here.
Don't eat anybody else's food.
Let's go, Mom. How did you like the movie? Yeah, it was pretty good.
Okay, so for me, the overly explanatory thing, at moments when they overdid it, it was bothersome. It didn't need that. So that was one thing. It's a spoof. It did pretty good, but if there's some big boots to fill in terms of that. So I'll give it a 5.
That's it. That's all you have to say.
That's all I have to say.
Jonna,
that's all I have to say about that.
The movie is wild. It's not one I could just like watch back to back to back or anything because it's a lot to take in. But I do think it's really funny. And as far as like funny, just goofy, spoofy movies go, if I'm ranking from 1 to 10, I would give it a 7. I would give it a 7.
Jeez. I think
wow.
And a spoofy goof movie.
I thought that's fair.
Yeah, because
I still think it's kind of high.
Is it?
Yeah.
I think that when this movie came out, I liked it. I think it kind of dates itself a lot in this movie.
For sure.
I will say that I do think it's funny. I think it has its moments. I think the over explaining thing kind of got to me a little bit. But I think other than that, I think as far as spoof goes, this would have probably been like on the bottom if like dance movie and epic movie and disaster movie and all those really, really bad ones came out. That I was like, yeah, this one it's good. It's not bad, but it's like, because it's like if you compare to what came before, it's at the bottom. You're not beating Scary Movie until they did like 3 and 4 and 5.
Yeah.
And you're not beating like any of the Mel Brooks stuff. You're not beating any of that Keenan Wayne's, like I'm gonna get you sucker. And Don't Be a Menace. Yeah. So it's like, it would be at the bottom, but it's still a good movie. So I would give it like a 6.
Okay.
All right, so we're doing one more here.
Yeah, what is it?
All right, guys. So you kind of inspired me. You both kind of inspired me, and now I'm torn in between the two. So I need one of you guys. I need you to pick a number between 1 and
No,
10.
no, we're not doing
No,
this.
do it. Just do it.
Rock, paper, scissors. Let's do it.
Okay, do it. Rock, paper, scissors. You represent one movie. You represent the other.
Okay, wait.
I'm not telling you which one it is.
Think of movie one. What's the number? Think of movie number one. Think of movie number two. And so I'll be.
Well, I already got it.
one.
She's movie number 1. You're movie number 2.
Okay. All right. She's number 1. I'm
terrible.
number 2. All right. You ready?
Oh my gosh.
Rock, paper, scissors.
Wait,
What the
oh,
heck?
wait.
Okay.
What are you not doing? Come on.
Rock, paper, scissors.
Ready?
Go.
You go.
Rock,
1,
paper,
2, 3.
Oh, okay.
Oh my gosh.
Ready?
Okay.
Go.
Rock, paper, scissors.
Ooh.
Oh, we're doing pets 2 out of 3?
2 out of 3. 2 out of 3.
Rock, paper, scissors.
Ah.
Man.
Well,
You need to step your game up.
Karate Kid it is.
Oh, no.
You want to know what the other one was?
What?
Pleasantville.
I would have rather to watch Pleasant.
Nah,
than
I
Karate
wanted to
Kid.
pick. I was like, because both of those are equally easy to make fun of. And Pleasantville is too much of an allegory for racism, and I think it's terrible
Can I
to do it
just
with
tell
white
you,
people.
I don't care much for Karate Kid.
It's
at
fine.
all.
We're going to watch it.
At all.
It's too late.
None of it.
We've all had
Oh,
to suffer.
yeah, I don't like
Look,
it either.
Look,
But it's hilarious, but it's good to make
We've all
fun
had
of.
to suffer.
It's-
Nah, not the same.
yeah. I don't know.
I'm going to fall asleep.
No, you'll be fine.
I won't
You
be
get to
missing
hear
much.
this guy go, "Hey, yo, Mr. Miyagi, yo."
That's what he sounds like.
Yeah, no, that's exactly what he sounds like. All right, you guys ready?
Anyway,
Right.
All right, you guys good? Anything?
That's it.
Anything?
That's it. That's
All
it.
right, and hey, Yaga ho.
Can you stop? Can you stop doing that?